So welcome to my Monday Night Forex Basics with myself, David Talbot. And we're going to begin. This is session topics, keywords, understanding the trade house, how to use MetaTrader 4, lot sizes, risk management, protecting your account, recommended apps, Forex news, and recommended training sessions, and an opportunity at the end if you've got any questions. Okay, I'll try and answer questions throughout, but most likely I'll answer questions near the end, and it give me an opportunity to spend more time on that, and then we should be able to finish on time. This usually takes about an hour, just to go through stuff and make sure that everyone is okay and so forth. Okay, so let's begin and go through the next bits. So we've done this before with the keywords. It's always important when you see trade ideas that come out and so forth. So having that opportunity for you to know and learn what you are doing and understanding what comes out on the trade house as well. That is very, very important. And it's an important thing for you as well. So I want to go through them again so you understand, and then I'm going to show you the trades that come in the trade house. If you haven't placed a trade in the trade house already, we should be able to place a trade together, and I'll go through it with my demo account and you can place one as well. So I'm just looking at a few of the trades that we sent out. Are they still available for you to enter and so forth? So I'll do that and make sure that you are okay. So the things like market execution means going in and getting the best available price when you go into a trade. So when you go in, it basically means that you go straight into the trade, and whatever price that is available to you, that is available. Whereas a pending order, these are when you can set the price that you want the trade to activate. So when price hits that point, it will activate that trade from that point. Think of it like a bus stop. You are waiting at the bus stop, price comes and collects you, and then it goes in that direction as a buy or a sell, or a buy limit or a sell limit. So if you're going through your education, it does talk about the pending orders and market execution. It's very important when you go through the 100 series that this does cover this and reinforces what we're learning at the moment. So it's generally important that you understand that and tackle that information. Okay. So hopefully you understand the pending orders and how they work. So hopefully you should all have put your done the application, put your names into the trade house and so forth. So it's clear for you to understand and how that works. And there are 3 types of trade ideas that get sent out into the trade house. Now these include our Teacup trades. So our Teacup trades are pending orders. They're buy limits and sell limits. So when you get them, they're either buy or sell limits, and you'll see them and so forth. So that way, when you go in, they are buy or sell limits, and you don't need to do too much. Okay. So when they go into them, they're buy or sell limits. Excellent. So let me just quickly show you what I mean. You'll get a currency pair that you need to look for. The type, buy limit, and you can see it's Teacup, so you know it's pending order. The entry price. So when you're going to do a pending order, you're going to have to put a price in that you want to enter. So let me show you and give you an example. There we go. And all right, so let me get my phone up on the screen and then you can see what I'm doing. There we go. Here we go. So I'll have to look for this currency pair on my phone. And then once I've found it, which is EuroCAD, this is a very old trade, so don't worry. So I found the currency pair there. I press on it on the quotes list, and you can see it says new order on Android, but a trade on the iPhone. Now it will say market execution up here, and we need to change it to a buy limit. So what we do is, you can tell it's like another menu here from this icon. We tap on it and a menu will appear. And you see what it says buy limit. So you can click on that and your buy limit. From there, you've got to choose your lot size based on your size of your account. So when we went through the setup, it's about the amount you're risking. So I'll put 0.02 because I've got £200 in my account. Here you put the price. You can see the option for price will appear. And you'll see we're giving you the price. You type it in there. Then a stop loss there. And a TP1, 2 or 3. So you can choose TP1 because you're getting new. And I'll go through the explain to you what the difference is when it comes to TPs. But you'll put the TP there. So you can see bang, bang, bang. And then when you're finished, you just click the word place and that order has been placed. And like I said, if you're going for sell limit, just tap on the menu and you select sell limit and it will give you the price. Easy peasy. When you're doing the other type of trades, we've got pro trades. Now these are another source of trades that we provide to our members for free. We pay for these, so it gives you the opportunity to have access to them. Like I said, we pay for them, but we will give them to you for free. And it's a perfect opportunity for you to practice with your demo accounts. So that's why I would say to people, don't worry about going live or anything like that. You practice first, and then you can get to the grips of it all. Excellent. I think I've got a trade for you to do today. Yes, we do. Great. So I can do that. We can do a trade as well if you haven't done it already, which is great. Yep. There we go. That one's sitting there. Great. So you can see this one here. It says AUD CAD. So it's a market execution trade. What do I mean by market execution? So if I bring my phone back, you'll see it's a pro trade. It says pro. That's another source. So I say AUD CAD. I find that currency pair on my list. There it is at the top. So I select it. It will say new order or trade on the iPhone. And then from there, you'll see it says market execution. So I leave this as market execution. Now from here, you obviously decide your lot size. Then you got to put the stop loss in. You can see there's no option for price in this because it's not a pending order. So if I was going for a sell, it would give me the best available price, which would be this for a sell. And it constantly moves and changes. So you put that in, you put the stop loss in, and you choose TP1 and put it in there. If, for example, you want to do TP2, you can put TP2 or TP3. You will find out what the differences are. You can do multiple trades if you want, but it's always careful to be how many trades you're running. So if you wanted to do TP1 and 2, you would need to enter the trade 2 times, changing the TP. So once you're going once, you go and enter the trade again, same stop loss, just different take profit. And then once you've done that, you see sell by market, you click on sell by market. And if it was a buy, you obviously have the currency pair that you want, but then you'll select buy by market. And you're in that trade, you're live in that trade. And that's it, you're done, you're in, cool. Okay, the third source is our exec trades, okay? So it's another source of trades that we do send out to members. Our exec trades, you can tell what they are when they say exec at the bottom. And they have the currency pair for you. It will say sell by market or buy by market. We'll have the stop loss, TP1 and TP2. And you can see them there. So you just put the TP in. And if you want to put TP2, you can do it in there as well. And obviously sell by market, you select or buy by market as well. Now, when we talk about different take profits, they show different ways. So if it was a buy, we're going up, and if it's a sell, they'll be going down. So for example, we use a buy for an example. We enter the trade could go up, come back down, go into a negative. We have a stop loss to protect us, but we give it a space between the entry and the stop loss. So if it does come down and hit there, you do get tapped out of the trade and you lose money, but you don't lose your whole account because you're only risking 1 to 3% of your account. So it comes down, goes up, you might hit your TP1. So if you have TP1, it will hit it, close you out the trade, and you have your money you can take out. If you had a TP2, it might go up and obviously past that, but you're still in the trade. You're still there and you're getting more money the further up it goes, or further down it goes if it's a sell. When you become more experienced and your trade's in a certain amount of profit, we do a thing where we modify our trade. So when you're in a trade, let me just give you an example. If I just go into one for now and show you. So I'm in a trade, for example. Yes, my demo account, just didn't want to use my live account. And if we had our stop loss already typed in, you can modify the trade. So when you're in the live trade, in the trade section, and your trade's in a certain amount of profit, you can press and hold down on it and modify it and change the stop loss. This is the entry. So if your stop loss was in a negative, I'll show you, for example, I'll put one in. I'll just put a stop loss in, for example, 1.18 and 116, for example. So I put that in there, for example, like that. Now, if my trade was in profit, it got to a certain amount of profit I was happy with, I want to protect my account, I'm waiting for it to continue to go up, then what I would do is I would modify that stop loss to my entry. So I would change the stop loss to this. This is my entry. So that if it pulls back, it'll hit there and I won't go down and lose money. I'll just break even. Yeah. But it's also there to protect your account. So when you get to a certain point, you're protecting your account. So it goes up and you're moving your stop loss to break even. And that's what we call a risk-free trade. We're in a risk-free trade. And that's what's key about it all. You're protecting your account, you're risk-free. So I could do that right now. So I can see my entry is that. So so then I modify it and I change my stop loss to match my entry. Now you can see on Android, you'll see the entry here. On iPhone, you'll just make a note of it because you don't see that at the top there. So I did that. You can see it shows my stop loss and where price is currently. So then all I need to do is just modify that and I'm in a risk-free trade. It's like so. Let me put a take profit in, for example. I'm just going to make one up and see if it goes that way. It might just hit my break-even point and I'll protect my demo account. Okay, so let's put this up here. Let's say, yeah, let's make it 20 pips. So 616. Gradually, you'll start gaining the skills in learning how to count pips and so forth, and you'll gradually learn how to do that when you go for your education, especially through the boot camp. That will help you learn how to do that. So you can see my trade's currently in profit, but it could pull back, so it can go up. It could pull back, and I've moved my stop loss to my entry, so it could pull back, hit there, and I'm out of the trade. Or it could go up, continue to go up, and hit there. That's it. But I've done that, and I don't need to worry about this trade, even if I'm in profit or not. So there we go. We will be putting a trade in, so don't worry. We can do one. Hopefully, you might have gone into it already or might not, but we can enter a trade and we can practice how to do that. So what you can see, the key 4 tabs on this phone. Okay, when you're using your MetaTrader 4, you've got the quotes tab with the currency pairs that you need. Here is the chart, so you can see the chart of any chart you want. So if you want to change a currency pair or whatever, you can open the chart. You can click on the pound sign and you can see the dollar sign there, and you can choose the different currency pairs. So I could go into USD CAD and you can see it was going up or whatever. What trade are we in? We're in Euro USD. So let's have a look at Euro USD. We can see that one. And you can see from there, it shows you that's where I entered. I'm going to put my stop loss, and you can see that's where price is at the moment. It might pull back and hit there, but it might be continuing to go up. I might make money. It doesn't matter because I've just done it randomly, a trade. So it's fine. Here is the trade one. So you can see how much money you're making. If you're happy with the money you made and you're making profit, you can just click on it, close the trade, and take the profit. But also, when you go into it, if you've got a lot size that is 0.02 or above, you can take partials. So you can take some of the profit out and leave the rest in. So I could take half of the money by putting 0.01, and leaving the other half in. So that's another way of you doing that. So you can do that as well. Also, there's the history tab. So you can see what profit you've made or what profit you've lost and so forth. So you can see I've made profit here. Obviously, I've made some losses. This is me, as you can see, when I just played around with it. I've done sessions today and other days. So don't worry and don't be put off by it. Okay. This is me when I do my demonstration, because it's my demo account. I always muck about with it to show you how everything works. Great. So history tab, and you can see, you can choose different dates of how many long periods. You can see how much profit you've made and certain times and so forth, but also your losses. Great. There you go. Now, there we go. Risk management, we always say the lot size reflects the size of your account. So this account, my demo account, is over £200. I did a lot size of 0.02. So for every £100 you have in your account, you can do a lot size for that. So if I had a £300 and 1% will be 0.03, which is fine. You can do 0.03, you can do that way. So you do it there. There is a more precise way of doing it that you can use, and so forth. There is a more precise way of doing your lot sizes, which is easier, and I can help you out with that. So don't worry. You can do that as well. So you can see here, and so forth. So if I did a trade that was 10 pips, and I had £100 in my account would be 0.01, 10p per pip. 10 pips equals 10 times by 10 equals £1, and then so forth, and do it that way. So there's no harm in you doing that, and so forth. Now there's an app that you can use to be a bit more specific on your lot size depending on your size of your account. So I'm going to show you the app and how it works. The app is called Sitinu. Oh, I can't. I'll never pronounce this. Sitinu. Sitinu. There we go. Sitinu. Sitinu app. You can get it from your app store, and I would say download it from your app store and have it there. Now I'm going to show you how it works, and it's a great app. So we're going to do a trade on our phones together, and I want to make sure that you are able to do it. And now we all set up our demo accounts, hopefully on £200. And we can use this app very easily. Now I'm going to get the currency pair for the trade that I want you to do, which is going to be AUD Chef. And we're going to see how it works. So AUD Chef, there we go. So I'm going to get this app up on my phone, and I'm going to bring my phone over. There we go. So you can see the app is here. So you can download the app from your app store. I have no problem whatsoever. So what I can do is I can type in my account balance. So if I had £200 and I want to risk 1%. Oops, there we go. Let me just delete that. And I want to do 1%. Oops, there we go. There. Then the stop loss. Now, how do I work at the stop loss? If I get the trade house, and I'm going to get a trade idea for you. There we go. So we are going to do this one, AUD Chef. All right. Now the stop loss for this is 60 pips. I've worked it out already, so I know where it is. So I'm going to say 60 pips, for example. Then what you would do next, so when you see the exec trades, and I'll give you a little tip, the stop loss is always 60 pips, 60 pips stop loss. So I give you a little heads up. So any exec ones, you'll see them at 60 pips. So that's a little trick of the trade there. I'll click on that, and I'll go through this again. I select my currency pair. So the currency pair that I'm going to be doing is AUD Chef. Let's just double check. Yes, AUD Chef. So I'm going to select AUD and Chef. And I'm going to calculate. And there you go. Now, it's going to give me this sort of lot size. So my lot size should be 0.01 if I'm doing that. 0.01, because you can't do 0.04. So the smallest lot size I can do is 0.01. So that's perfectly fine. So if I go back to my MetaTrader 4 app. Okay, and we're going to put this trade in together. All right, and it's that simple how that app works. So I'm going to show you on the screen before we're going to do the trade. There we go. So we'll go through that again. You download the app, and then once in, you can type in the account size, the balance of your account, how much risk you're going to do, 1%, 2%, 3%, and how many stop loss pips it is. Like I said, the exact ones are 60 pips. The Teacup ones are 30 pips, and I think the pro ones are around about 50, 60 pips as well. So put those in because they're swing trades. They go on for a longer time. So you can put those in. So you can do that there. For example, I put one in here, £200, 2%, 30 pips. I select the currency pair. And then I'm going to select it, type it in like so. And then click on calculate. And it will tell me how much my lot size is based on the stop loss. So if it's less, obviously if it's more, it will give you a smaller lot size. Obviously, if you don't count that bit, so then it'll be 0.01 for my lot size there. It tells you how much you're risking in your account. So when I did one earlier with you, I'm only risking £2 of my account. So if this trade hits stop loss, I would only lose £2. So that's why this is a bit more specific and a bit more precise compared to doing 0.01 for every £100. So that way it helps you understand what you are doing. And it's a great tool. So if you do have a chance to get it, download it and everything else. But if you do forget about this, don't worry. I am recording this session so you can rewatch it and it's there for you. So you can get this app and it's very good and very easy. Now, placing a trade is very easy to do, and we've got to place this trade together. Now I know what I'm going to do in terms of my trade, especially on my demo account. I'm going to do 2%, so I'm going to do 0.02 or 1%. You can do that. It's up to you. You're entering this trade on a smaller stop loss because the trade's in a pullback at the moment. Now, what do I mean by that? It's currently those who went into it earlier today are in a negative. So you're getting in a better entry than them, those who went in earlier today. So I'm getting you a better entry, and which might mean bigger profits. Okay, but if it does hit the stop loss, smaller loss compared to someone who's gone in earlier. So to place a trade is very simple and very easy. And I'm happy to place this trade several times until you lot have all done it. So if I go too fast, you let me know. If you haven't done it, you let me know. Okay, and it's very easy and straightforward. You're going to copy everything that I'm putting in so you understand what I'm doing. So hopefully you'll be able to see what's on my screen and also see the trade, which is here. This one here we're going to be doing, which is AD Chef. It's a sell by market execution. We have the stop loss and we have our TP1. So we're going to do this all together. And I don't mind, this is my demo account. It's been going down, it's gone up. I've made money on it, I've made losses on it by doing all these sessions, and I love it. Okay, so the first thing you've got to do is look in your quotes list. So you've got to look on your quotes list and find AUD Chef. So let's find AUD Chef on our phones. So we've got to look on our lists and find it there. So let's find it. It will be there because you should have all added your currency pairs there. So I can see mine one is here. There we go. And then you tap on it and it will open up. Okay, the menu will open up. Now those on iPhone will say trade, and those on Android it will say new order. So we select that. We check our market execution, and we might put it to 0.01 if you want, or 0.02. It is up to you. Then we can see our stop loss is here. So we need to type it in the stop loss section. Those on iPhone, you'll see it here. It says stop loss and you can type it in. So we're going to type it in like so. So we're going to type in 0.67083. So that's in the section 0.67083. Then we're going to look at TP1. We're going to do TP1 here. So we're going to type this in. So there's TP1. So we're going to type that in here. And that is 0.66283. So 0.66283. And then you see it's sell by market execution, and you just click on sell by market execution. And you're in. Now the trade, it started off with a negative, but it could pull back and go the other way, going for a sell. But I'm in the trade. That's no problem. Yeah. So if you want me to repeat that again and do it again so you know what you're doing, I'm happy to do it. Like I said, this is my demo account. I always do this. I don't care if I lose money or win money. It's a demo account. That's what's so fun about it. But the main thing is you know how to do it. I think I'm going to do it again for you. Okay, so let's do it again. And you can see what I'm doing, and you've got to do it with me as well. Okay, so we're going to find AUD Chef on our phones on our quotes list. Find it there. We're going to press down and open it up. It will say new order on Android or trade on the iPhone. We find it, we select it, new order or trade. We check our phone, it says market execution, excellent. We check our lot size, this is the amount that we want. Then we're going to see our stop loss section. We type in, so you see SL means stop loss and TP means take profit. So we're going to type in this stop loss here. Let's type it in again. 0.67083. So 0.67083. Then we're going to type in our TP, 0.66283. So 0.66283. You can see right there. So I've done all those two. I'm happy with that. I've done that. Then I click on sell by market execution because it tells me sell by market execution. So then I click on it and I'm in. Yep. Don't worry, it's in a negative. You're thinking to yourself, oh no, it's loads of money I'm losing. Don't worry about it. Sometimes it goes into a negative and you're getting positive. You've got to build your mindset, because when I see red, it doesn't bother me because I have confidence. I'm not risking loads on my account, but also I'm building myself up as well. Remember, I just did a dummy trade myself out of the blue, and you can see it's in profit. So it's doing very well, which is all right. It's only 4 pips up, but that's really good. Yeah, trades will pull back and they'll come back up. All right, I'm happy to do that trade one more time so you know how to do it again. All right, and we can get through it. All right, so let me know how you're going and it'll be all good. Hopefully, Philippa, you're all right and you're getting there. Do you want to? I'm going to do it again. So we're going to do this together one more time so you understand. So I'm going to look for AD Chef, which I found here. I tap on it. It will say new order on Android and trade on the iPhone. I click on it and I see it there. It says market execution, lot size is there. If you say I want to change the lot size, I can change it to 0.01. I can change it to that if I want. Then here I put in the stop loss, which is here, like so. So I put in 0.67083. Okay, and then TP there. 0.66283. And it's done. And I put sell by market execution and done. And I'm in. Yeah, and you can see the difference of me putting a smaller lot size compared to a larger one because I'm risking a smaller amount. Now, this trade came out early this morning. So I always say to people, if you don't know how to read the charts yet or know when, because I looked at this and I can see that this trade was good for you to go into. But if you don't understand it, and if it's gone way past the time, don't enter that trade. So for example, I looked at this one and I could see that where the entry was, it was already on its way to TP1. So it's not worth you entering that. So say, for example, this came at 12.31. If it was 12.37 or 12.40, don't go into that trade. It's already making its movements. But once you get skilled, you can look at the trade and know, it's actually pulled back. I could get into a better entry for this trade and make some more money. And you can see here, because I was able to look at the charts for that trade, I know that it's in a pullback. And you can see we're starting to get a little bit of a blue. So in a bit of a blue party where we're in profit. You can see the profit there and so forth. So we get a bit of a blue and so forth. So that's really good. We're in profit. All right. So there's no harm, you can get into that once you know. But if it's late and you're not skilled enough, you're brand new to this, don't attempt what I've just done. It's because I can see the charts. I can check whereabouts the people entry was and so forth. And you can know when to go into it. So we're in a bit of a blue. It's starting to get in profit, which is brilliant. You can see a bit of a blue party there. All right. So I've done it about 3 times. So hopefully you were able to enter that trade with me and knowing you can hopefully be in profit. Those who entered it earlier today, maybe it came out at 141. I was up at that time. So I saw that trade and I think I put it out, or I think it's our managing director, Des, put it out. So you basically put it in at that time, you're able to go into it. But it's currently in a pullback. It hasn't hit TP1 yet. So it's still there, still in play. This one hasn't hit TP1 yet, but it's already in profit from where it should have entered. So don't enter that one. But some trades like the teacup ones, you might be able to enter, but there's no teacup ones pending order ones today. So you just get people to enter those ones to make some little pending order trades. There's none there. But we'll let you know whenever a trade is in profit, it's hit TP1. We'll let you know if it hits TP1. And we can tell you if you made your profit there. Or we tell you if it hits stop loss, so you know when you can get out of the trade. When you become more experienced and you have a TP1 and TP2 trade, when trades hit TP1 and you've got another trade on the way to TP2, you would modify your trade and move it to your break even, your entry point. So you're in a risk-free trade. Okay, excellent. So let's continue. So I mentioned before, when you go to the history tab, you can see all your profits and you can see your losses. But what we do is we count our profits in pips. And pips is really good. So when you have a live account, we recognize that, we publicize that, we make sure that people are credited for what they achieve. We usually give out recognitions in our groups and so forth. So, for example, one of my team members, he hit 600 pips in 1 week. So we recognize that, and a live account as well. So he made over £500 last week, and he made over 600 pips. So we give him a Pip Club awards and so forth. So he's in the 600 Pip Club, and it's amazing. And there's so many other people making more, thousands, 8,000, and so forth. But you have to count your pips. Now, people might be thinking, how do I count my pips? It's a very easy and very simple way of doing that. Okay, so let me show you how. To calculate your profits, you subtract the smaller number from the larger number, then ignore the pipette, which is like the last digit, to work out how much profit you have made in pips. Losses are the other way around. So you subtract the larger number from the small number to give you a negative figure, and you ignore the pipette and work it out. So how would this look? If we go here, you can see like so here. So you can see this is the smaller number and that's the larger number. So I'm going to subtract this number from that to leave me with this. We ignore the last digit, which is a pipette. Pipette's like a fraction of a whole number. So you take away that, you ignore that, and it tells you you've made 41 pips. Amazing. Smaller number will be this one, larger number that one. So I'll subtract that from that to give me this. I ignore the last digit, which tells me 6 pips I made. But if it's a loss, which is the red, that's what we will say a blue party when we're in profit. Blue party, great. And you can see here, like so, you can see this is the larger number and that's the smaller number. So that's the larger number, that's the smaller number. So I'm subtracting the larger number from that. How do I know it's larger? Well, that's a 4, that's a 7, that's larger. So we're taking away that from that, ignore the pipette, and I lost by 3 pips. And here, which one's the larger one? This one's the larger one, that's the smaller one. Subtract that from that to tell me that, negative. Ignore the pipette, I lost by 5 pips. It's that simple. Now, when your trade is in profit, or like 10 pips, 15 pips, how do I calculate pips? And it's very, very simple and very easy. I'm going to do it a simple way. I think it's best to do 10 pips. Simple old school maths. And this is how I counted pips. So say, for example, my entry is this. If it's a buy, we can see that's the pipette. The last digit's the pipette. The next one's the unit, and that's the 10. And that's the 100. So say, for example, I wanted to know how much is a buy. Buy, we add on a number. So we're going to add a 1 to the 10. So that would be 6. So when price reaches this amount, I would modify my trade and change my stop loss to my entry. So then I'm in a risk-free trade. If it's a sell, we subtract 1 from the 10 one. It's always backwards from here. So you ignore that one, units, tens. You can see hundreds, tens, units. Bit of old school maths, but it's very quick and very, very easy. So you can do that very quick and easy. So then it's that. But I'm not expecting you to sit there and watch the trade on your phone. So, for example, we're gonna do a call level. Now, what is a call level? Well, there's an app that you can use that will help you to basically help you in a way work out and help you to set a notification. So, for example, we look at this trade. We're going to do a call level for this trade, and it's an app that I use. So I'm going to choose one of these figures. I'm going to choose this one. So I'm going to look at my entry. And so when this trade gets into 10 pips profit, I will have a notification telling me I'm in 10 pips profit. Okay. Yeah. So when I'm in 10 pips profit, we're going to do that. So if I look at my entry is 0.66744. Now I need to work out what is 10 pips. I ignore this last digit. That's the unit and that's the 10. So it's a 7 I need to change. As it's a sell, it's going down. So I need to subtract 1 from the 7, which will leave me with 6. So it's 0.6664. That is my 10 pips. Okay. So I need to set a notification that is going to say you're in 10 pips profit. Move your stop loss to break even. So how do I do that? So I'm going to show you an app that I use, and you can download it from your app store. It's called Call Levels. Great app, easy to use and easy to follow. So we're going to set a call level together. So you can download it from the app store. And you can see here. So let me make this smaller. There we go. So you'll be able to see my phone. So you can see I've set some previous call levels here. Price hasn't reached them. So I'm going to show you what you need to do. So we're going to do it for our AED chef. So what we do is I open up call levels. So you can check it on the app store. So if I go to my Google Play Store and I type in call levels, it will show me the app. There it is. And you can open it. So I'll open it like so. So I'm in it. So you can see this is the interface. And I'm going to click on the plus symbol at the bottom. Then I'm going to select Forex. Okay, so the plus symbol at the bottom, and then I'm going to select Forex. Now, I need to select the currency pair that I want a notification to tell me I've hit 10 pips. So the currency pair that we're doing is AUD Chef. So I click on the euro, and then I find AUD. There it is. Then I go to the US one, and I select Chef, CHF, Swiss franc. If, for example, the currency pair that you want is on the other side, you can click on the swap button and switch them around, like so. Next, I'm going to click on Next. From there, I need to put a notification in there that I know when my trade hits 10 pips. So I just tap on this and I type in my figures. 6, and then that one will be a 4, like that. It won't do the pipette, so it's got to do the main numbers. It won't do a pipette. But I like adding a note in there so I know what it's for. So I could say, hit 10 pips, move stop loss to break even. So I know what the notification's for. So when it hits that 10 pips, I know that it's hit that, and I can go into it and modify the trade to put it on my entry. And once I've typed that in, I click on done, set, and you can see it's done there. And I just click on this arrow to go back, and you can see the call level has been set. So let's look at the trade and see how the trade's doing. You can see it's just fluctuating around that point. And when it gets there, it will let me know, and then I'll pull out that trade. Simple. Okay, so you can easily set this. Don't forget this is being recorded so you can see how I've done this and so forth. Now, one key thing I always say to people, it's important to always check the news that is on the internet. Now, news is very, very important when you're trading. When is the right time to trade? When is the wrong time to trade? In high impact news, so you see here red folders. So I'm going to show you the website in a minute. So the website we use is forexfactory.com, and you go into your calendar. Now, what is important about this is that it will tell you what news is going to have an effect on your trades. If it's a high red folder, high impact news, it may move your trade in the wrong direction where you hit your stop loss and you close out and you lose your trade. Medium will have some sort of impact on your trade where it moves it into, might be moving to negative or a positive, but it's too risky. It might not be risky as a red one. So I try not to trade when there's a red folder because it could force my trade to hit my stop loss. A low impact one won't have as much impact on it, but the key ones you need to look out for are your high impact news. So avoid trading on or near high impact news. So let's go and have a look at the website and see what news is currently for this week. Oops, let me just go into my website. Let me just get that up. There we go. And we're going to get that up and have a look. There we go. Just give me a few seconds. There we go. So let's go and check Forex Factory. So you go into Forex Factory, like so. And what you'll see is the following interface. When you select the calendar, you'll see it here. You can make sure that you select the clock at the top, and you can set it so it's for your time zone. So you can see I've chosen Western Europe, GMT. There is no daylight savings, AM, PM, and I click on Save Settings. All right, I've already done my settings already. So let's have a look. We're on Monday. There was AUD news at 8:25 this morning. Okay, so I didn't need to do that. But tomorrow, Tuesday, 12:30 a.m., there's some news about some AUD pairs. So I wouldn't be trading in Australian pairs, or we're in one at the moment. Don't worry. If you're going to trade, you've got your stop loss there to protect you. So some OPEC. This is oil meeting. Okay, cool. USD news. So be careful. That's 1:30 p.m. That's when the markets open, the US markets open. And there's some AUD news later on. So don't worry, we haven't traded near it. We haven't traded exactly near this news already. And because you got in at a better entry, you should be fine. But don't forget, once your trade hits a certain point, like 10 pips, you can protect your account by moving your stop loss to break even. So no problems whatsoever. And you can see later, oh, Wednesday, Canadian news, some AED news. So you can see different news throughout the week. One important time is always good that you don't trade is, for example, when it is certain holidays, the markets get slow, but also the first Friday of the month, don't trade USD pairs because that's NFP. It's the employment rates. They produce them in America and they show the employment rates, and we will say don't do that. But we will let you know when not to trade those currency pairs, because I always make sure that everyone closes out their trades to protect themselves. So you get notices within the trade house and so forth. So you can see any sort of news that comes out, but be careful with the red folders. There's some red folders here and there, but you should be okay. You're not near it because it's actually, look at the time, you're fine. So you're okay. There we go. And let's go back. Excellent. Okay, harmonic scanner source strategy. This is one we always get a lot of people to do. This strategy is easy to use, and especially with the harmonic scanner. So we stress to people to follow the tools and the guidance on how to do it. So once you're going through your 100 series, your 200 series, and your 300 series of your education on the platform, you will basically be going onto the boot camp, and I'll show you all that stuff as well. So let's open that. So your education plan is to complete the 100, 200, and 300 series. You've got to complete the beginner's boot camp, and then you've got to watch the scanner source training strategy. Okay, scanner source strategy training. Then watch the trade management videos and practice to perfect your skill. And then you got to go live with a live account once you've practiced with your demo and everything else. And in here, you can see we've got education plan, which is mafinance.com/harmonic source. But also you can get the education plan from the creator of the scanner source, Manny Quinones, from my website. I'm davidtalbot.com/harmonics plan. So I'm going to just quickly go through and make sure that you all understand what you need to do when you're going through the education. So let me go through and go to my, there we go. Let me just do that and everything there. So let me go to my IM Center and log in. So you should know your username and password. There we go, I'm in. There we go. You'll go to your academies. And remember, learn Forex trade in English. And then from there, you click on the start button right here. Okay, this is important that you come to this bit. You see the start button like so. Now from there, you will see all the education that you need. You start from number 2. You can see the video is here. Here is the test after it. So you can see the video is there. The test is number 3. So you can go there and you continue going through it. In the 100 series, it'll have the test there for you. So when you go watch the video, like so, you'll watch all the video and go through the basics. You can see the video is there and it will load up like so. Now it might take some time to buffer. If you've got a lot of things running on your computer, close them, okay? Sometimes the internet slows down and so forth. You might continue buffering on your computer. That's fine. If you've got loads of tabs open and stuff like that, they take up a lot of your bandwidth. Close them all out and just have these 2 on your website. Then you should be able to watch this, okay? That's what usually happens. So this took a bit slower because I've got loads of tabs open because I do other stuff as well. I've been doing stuff today. But you can see the video is there and you can watch it. So don't worry if it buffers and takes a long time. It might be because you've got a lot of things running on your internet, okay? You might have other devices running on your internet at home. So then you might need to take them off the Wi-Fi and so forth. But you can see the videos are easy for you to follow. So once you finish watching it, just click on return to curriculum. and then you can do the test. Now what I do is I just right click on the test and create a new tab for it. It just keeps me on this page and so forth. So that way I know what I'm doing. So I can answer the quiz question, click on submit. It'll tell me if I've done it correctly or not. And then I can go back and do the test again until I get it correct. So say for example here, I can just go here and just choose what does foreign, I just click on these randomly. This is old, so it's 5 trillion 6.6 now. And unfortunately, open Sydney. There we go. So if I do all that and I submit my marks, you will see if you've done it correctly, and it will tell you. There we go. Just run a bit slow because I've got loads of tabs open. So that's what I mean saying to you, close a few of your tabs and stuff. And you can see if I go to tests, it will tell you, oh, I didn't get it all right. I was unsuccessful. So I need to go back. When I go back, I got to think, what did I do wrong? Okay, there's one of these questions that must be wrong and I need to fix it. So which one is it? Okay. So what does foreign exchange market FX? Oh, okay, what is the the exchange of money? Yeah, that's correct. You might need to go back and rewatch the video. You might change it. Oh, okay, it might be that one because I've updated it. So I submit it again. Well, I've checked all this. When does the markets open? Blah blah blah. Let's click on that. Submit, and then let's see if it tells me I've passed the test. And you can see if you've got it right or wrong, and so forth. So don't worry if you do get it wrong. You just go here, click quiz test, and then see, oh no, I was unsuccessful again. So I've done something wrong. So then you can keep going back and you're going, okay, so I was wrong. So the one I just changed was correct. So it's one of these two that is wrong. I need to go back and watch that video and see what I did wrong. So it must be this one. What's wrong? When does the Forex markets open? I don't know. They open on a Sunday, so I need to decide when it opens. So it must be this one. That one's correct. This one here. What is the foreign exchange market of Forex? So it's definitely this one, because I know that answer there. Let's try this one. Let's put A and see what happens. Might be wrong, might be right. So then once you get it correct, it will tell you you've got all of them correct, and then you're done. And let's see. It spins around. Click on my quiz, it's there, and you can see I've passed. Ta-da, great. And then you go back to your curriculum, and then you should have a tick there, and so forth. And you continue going through them. The 100 series finishes at number 32. Then the 200 series starts. So when you see FRX2, it's the 200 series. You scroll down and you get through all that, and that's when the 300 series starts from number 45. Once you've completed the 300 series, you don't need to do the 400. You don't need to do it. Perfectly fine. You're going to go into Go Live. You're going to do the boot camps. And a boot camp is like a refresher for the 100 and 200 series. So Go Live, you can go in there. You can go to golive.im and log in. Click on that. And let me just refresh this because I've got it on another page. So let me just refresh. There we go. It's going to ask me to log in. Excellent. So when you go into it, it should work. There we go. If you scroll down, you're going to go to the FRX section. From there, you're going to find an educator called Manny Quinones. Okay, here he is. So you select him, and it will open up. You're going to go to his favorite sessions. From there, you're going to find his boot camp. So you scroll down like so, and you'll start seeing the boot camps. And you're going to start from number 1. IM Mastery Academy Boot Camp Course 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So these will go through everything that you need to do, and it will help you. and you can take in that information. From there, once you've done number 8, if you scroll back up, you can do the scanner source strategy. This will teach you how to use the harmonic scanner. You can learn to do the market structure training as well, but also the trade management training, stuff that I've just taught you right now. Okay? So it will help you understand what you need to do. And you can do it that way, like so. And then once you've done that, you'll be able to do other stuff as well. And you'll be able to start practicing and using the harmonic scanner to find your own trades. But don't forget, you're going to have times when you can go to many different sessions that are there where people will be teaching you. So what do I mean by that? Well, we provide a lot of training in AFA, but also, forgot to mention, there is also another strategy you can use, which is the vector games. And when you join the wider groups, you'll start learning about that as well. And it's a great way for you to make quick money very easily and very fast. That's by one of the educators, Tyrone Foster. So it's people are doing it on their demo accounts and so forth. The main thing is just get free education first so you understand what you're doing. Once you're in the wider groups, you'll start learning about other strategies, but also other ways you can develop yourself. So vector games is another one, which is really, really good and a quick way of making money. I did it on Thursday and I did one trade, and one trade I got 150 bips from one trade, which is amazing. Okay, so training. So I do this every Monday for anybody who's new. So if you need a refresh and so forth, I do this on Monday, same link. I do it at 7 o'clock. I need to change that because that's my old poster. So I do it at 7 o'clock. So when you come on, you can get that and get that information and so forth. So 7 to 8. And it's a great way for you to learn and get a little support if you're stuck. And it's a great way. There we go. 7 to 8 p.m. There we go. Mondays to Fridays, once you're in the wider group, you can jump on Courtney's session at 8 a.m. To 1 p.m. 8 a.m. and 1 p.m. So she does a breakfast club and a lunchtime club for people to jump on to learn how to use the harmonic scanner. Bryony Bender, our director of MA Finance Academy, she does a Tuesday session 9 till 10, teaching you how to use the harmonic scanner and do the scanner source. But also the Forex Basics with Angeliki or Jessica at 8 till 9 p.m. as well. And we say Manny Quinones has live sessions Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 1 p.m. and Thursdays at 3 p.m. You'll get this information once you start coming into the academy. And that's about it. If you've got any questions, feel free to put it in the chat. But this is the end of the session. And it's like I said, this goes through the basics. Obviously, if you just started, you've done your setups and everything else, and it's there to help you. So if you've got any questions, please let me know. But if you're happy so far, it's great to know. Okay? Any questions, just type them in the chat and I'll be able to answer them. But if you're happy and you finish, we've done. Let's see if anybody else. Oh, thank you. That's brilliant. I'm glad to help. I'm glad I'm here to help. That's you're welcome. I will be sharing this recording in Everything Changes Now. So you'll be able to access this in our launch group. So you can rewatch it and go through it. Feel free to reach out to the person, obviously your team leader. To the person, if you're part of my team, you'll be able to reach out to me. And also if you've got someone else, obviously my sub-team leaders who are also part of the team as well. But do feel free to put any messages in Everything Changes Now if you need any help. And we will be able to help you and guide you. All right. But like I said, don't be afraid to say anything. If you're stuck or you need help or guidance, we want to help you. We want to take you to the next level. And it's a great way for you to learn a skill and go very, very far. Thank you for jumping on. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you go far in this academy and do very well. Don't forget, Go through all your steps and your setups and everything else and all your tasks to go through the launch. And once you're done, you go to the wider community. Thank you again. Have a lovely evening, and I'll see you on the other side. You're welcome.